What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are talking about VELO or VELO. I don't know. VELO is what I'm going to call it. I'm American, so that's the accent I choose. VELO on KuCoin here. This one comes to us at the request of Mr. Race Car. We're doing this one for you, Jason. Here we go. So without any further ado, let's look into it. I meant to do this like last night or the day before, I forget, but we're doing it today. Looking at it, man, on a daily, it's been having quite a nice rally. While most cryptos have been going down in this amount of time, you've seen from a low to a high point, you've seen this thing grow a total of 100%, basically 101% there. That's not bad at all. Again, in a time that most cryptos have been going down, so that is somewhat impressive. You had a very low point here on your RSI, and you just bounced right out of it, man. Showing strength, you are holding strength. Nice to see. You're above your purple line. You are well below your 50 down here. That should be a bit of a warning that maybe it's a relatively good time to sell. Maybe you do something like this where you got above your purple line, you come down to hug it. Takes a while. Maybe form some kind of slanted downward consolidation after a move up. That's totally normal. Let's see here. That's my first look at it. But from top to bottom there, yeah, look at that, man. You're right. You were literally right in your sweet spot. Right in the 618 to the 69 area. You did tip it, basically tip the 0.69 there. It is a lower high in this overall range, but compared to this high here, it is a higher high. I think you might have found a low. I think you might be making strides higher. It almost does, to me, look like the beginnings of a reverse bow. I don't know what this thing is called, but I've identified it as a reverse bow in a few different videos, something like that. It would look like the arrow would go here, right, and it would go this way, but really the price goes this way. So it's the reverse bow because the arrow goes this way, the price goes that way. Anyways, it kind of has that look to it, to me at least. That's, whenever you get this bottom here and you get this kind of concave area, or if it was at the top, same kind of thing, but overall it's like an M or a W, right? That's kind of what it is. But a little bit, I don't know, it's a bit different because of this little concave area here. I feel like that's what gives it away. That's really what gives it away. Or sometimes there's an M in that concave area itself. But anyways, enough of that. I don't even know what that pattern would be called. If it's not an M or a W itself, it might have a different name, but I call it the reverse bow personally. But from top to bottom here overall, let's see here. Looks like on your fib, again, you are showing strength, man. It looks really good. I do like to see this. I like to see you're getting higher highs in the RSI and in the price as well. On the weekly, you're coming up to this 50 area, which you've rejected once before, but you might be getting above it with this week, man. There's still 5 days, 21 hours left in this week, so it's hard to say, but man, the way you're looking, I would think, man, it's hard to say. It really is hard to say, because from this look, I would think your next area would want to be about 0.39 cents, $0.0039, right up there, somewhere around the 382. When you break the 236, you find resistance at the 382 normally, or you'll break above it, find support, something like that. You could from here go back down to the 236 and then get a little bounce off of that, because again, from this fib, from this top to this low here, you were right in that sweet spot, right in the 618 to the 69. You can see it there, the white line and the orange line. It's hard to say. What have you been showing respect? Let me real quick actually, sorry. Let's see, get rid of this one. Let's see on the 4 hour if you've been showing relative respect. I would say you've been showing respect to this. So I would think that you're going to get some kind of reprieve here to the downside. A little bit of a break, but ultimately I don't think this is done yet. Oh, you do have decreasing volume. That's not encouraging to see. Let's see if this thing is on a different exchange. No. KuCoin's probably your best... yeah, it's probably your best exchange volume-wise to go off of. That's not encouraging, seeing this decreasing. But, okay. First off, though, your volume decreased here in this range, and then are you getting increasing volume? I would say you're not still. So that's the one discouraging thing, man. This kind of thing could actually suggest that you do have a more relative top, and you might go down to your 382, maybe even to your 236 here, which again, from your overall, I'm going to delete those white lines there. Let's see. from your overall fib, from like this high to this low, that could take you down to the 382. No, that would be, let's see, the 236 is right there at the 0.5. Okay, so that's not bad actually. That really wouldn't look too bad at all, because then again on this daily here, or maybe it's on the 4 hour, you can see it. I know I have a lot of lines, but try to work through it with me here. Your 236, this red line is from the greater fib, okay? The green line is from this more relative fib, from this high here, no, from, let's see, from this high here, oh come on man, can't get it. This high here to the current low that you have now, and the other one is from the last high that you had before that, the higher high, which I guess this would be your lower high, to the same low. But you're finding resistance on the 382, came above it, found support in this area. Then you kind of disrespected the 0.5, broke up into the sweet spot here, coming back down to find support in this area, which is not just the 0.5, an area that you've had resistance before as well, but it's also the 236 of the overlying greater fib. That could set you up. I mean, it kind of looks perfect actually, really, like for this like kind of parabolic structure. And I don't use that word. I feel like that word is overused in crypto, but this could set you up for some parabolic structure for sure. Either way, I do think you're done with this move. I think the volume is suggestive of that. Where you are in the fibs are suggestive of that. But I don't know if you're done completely, right? Like I think you're just going to be on your way to form a higher low, which could probably send you to about 0.28 cents or 0.29 cents, somewhere in that area, which would be 0.0029 or $0.0028. But it's hard to say. You know, you do have this kind of parabolic move up. Could you be breaking out of it now and having a downturn? You know, generally when you break out of your parabolic structures, you see a big move to the downside. Just as you had a big move up, you get a big move down. And that's possible too. Let's see if there's actually from here, from bottom to top, because I do think this is going to be a relative high, so I feel safe taking this fib. Right at about 0.29, man, it's right there. You don't have to go to your 382. In parabolic structures, it's very common to find support either on this line, or even higher. You don't even have to technically go down there, but it's very common to find support on both of these. I would think if you broke this 236 that it would spell bad things. You would likely go lower, and getting to the 382 might not be the ultimate stopping point. Maybe you do go all the way back down here to about 0.22 cents to 0.2 cents, somewhere in that range. So I guess if you don't want to see that, what you'd really want to do is hold this 236, which is also the same area as the overall 0.236 from high to low here, right? It's the same 236 as this one from top to bottom there, but it's also the same 0.5 from this top to bottom. I wonder, taking another fib, man, I'm just throwing you all for a loop here, but let's just see. Top to bottom, or bottom to top here. 618, man, right in that same area. You got a lot of significance going on in this same area, man. It would be encouraging, definitely be encouraging to confirm this as like a deep retracement bounce to find support on your 618. You don't want to go below it. If you go below it, wick below it, but you don't. Finding support on that 618, which is also the 236 from this high to low, the 0.5 from this high to low, the 236 from this low to high. It's a bunch of different fibs. If you can find support on this area, which I think the 618 is the most significant, honestly, that would be a very good thing, man. That would actually be a very, very good thing. You definitely want to see that. So hold your 0.28 cents to 0.29 cents area, your 0.0029 to $0.0028 area, and then things can look good. We can talk about higher prices. You likely will see prices going up higher than this high here, and ultimately probably higher than this high here, because you're going to be in some kind of overall W formation. The fact that I'm hopeful and bullish on this thing right now is because while everything's going down, it's going up. The most bearish thing is this lack in volume. But you know, whatever. Maybe you go lower and then volume starts to build. It's really hard to say. And truthfully, I mean, I guess looking at it like this, right? Your volume is building from these lows. It is building. It's not building from here, but like from this low, it is building. On the 4 hour though, it's a little bit more obvious that no, from these highs to these current highs, your volume is declining. So but volume is building on the histogram as price is going up. It's hard. It's a lot of conflicting stuff. The most bearish thing you've got going for you is the volume, and that's not even that bad, honestly. Volume is significant, but price action is the ultimate thing. You know, right now the price action, the RSI, everything looks good. Let's look at the 4-hour RSI. Yeah, man, very, very strong RSI. You are showing bearish divergence, lower high here, higher highs there, and you are in that relative sweet spot. I do bet you turn over. You really, 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 really want to hold this previous resistance area as support somewhere in there. You could go just a little bit below this yellow line. I wouldn't want to see it go really more than like there, even a little bit higher than that, below like 0.28 cents. I think that even on a wicking basis, I don't think you want to go below that, because then you break this kind of overall structure, and that could be bad. That really could be bad. But maybe you break it and it's good. I don't know. But that's just my opinion at the moment. Hold 0.28 cents. Hold that line, or hold above it, whatever, and hold this general area of resistance as support, and we can talk about higher highs than this, which would ultimately probably lead you to higher highs than this, which would ultimately probably lead you to higher highs than this, and then you're probably making your way all the way back to your current highs. What is this thing, man? Let's see what it's at. VELO, before we sign off on it here. Number 581, very low cap coin at $24.5 million. By the way, Robert Lellis, if you're here, if you saw, I was looking up Tectonic, man. There's just not a lot of charts for me to go off of. The only chart I could find, a little side note here if you're watching, man, is this chart. And I really got nothing for you. You've got higher lows. You're kind of in an area of accumulation, but I didn't feel comfortable making a video because it doesn't suit the kind of things that I do with technical analysis, on TradingView and stuff like that. I couldn't find a chart that allowed me to do my thing, so it would just be rough speculation. And it's all rough speculation at the end of the day. That's what I'm doing here with VELO, but some of these other things kind of help me finer tune that, But anyways, looking at this here, getting back to the main point, you guys. Robert will know what I'm talking about with that, and maybe most of you don't, but check out Tectonic. Maybe it's a good one. I don't know. It's looks like it's in an area of accumulation, but 24.5 million on VELO. Look at that, man. Just looks great. It looks really great. Very nice structure. If it was to go back to its current all-time highs, that's what I was doing. I'm sorry, I got a little distracted there. Let's see. From its current price. Come on now, right there. And we're going to take you up, all the way up, man. How much of a gain would that be? So that would be a 568x. 568x is something that is at a 24, let's call it 25. We'll round up. 25, it'll be easier math. $25 million market cap, 500xable. Well, the 100x would put it at $2.5 billion. So times that by 5, that'd be about 10, $12.5 billion, right? Technically, just a little bit below that, but above $12 billion probably, or around there. Yeah, that's possible. That's totally achievable. $12 billion is achievable. It's a very high market cap to have, and then give up that much of it, But this is crypto. You can see things drop 99% and still have stupendous rallies. Maybe you don't break all-time highs. Maybe you don't. Maybe you just set like a 100x, which is totally fine. A 100x, by the way, would be about right here, right at about 36 cents. Right, you're at 0.33 right now, so it'd be technically at 33 cents. That'd be 100x. And does that line up with anything? Well, let's see. From top to bottom here, and I do feel comfortable in saying that is your low. You've got deep extensions up there. Your 2414, 2272, 2618 up there. It definitely could. Not only that, you have a previous area of support. You could confirm it as resistance. Maybe you don't see a 100x. Maybe you see an 80x or a 70x. But I do think this thing has the potential for good things in its bull rally, let alone if it were to break its all-time highs, which I personally don't think it does. That's a high market cap to just give up. I would stand firm in thinking that it does not regain those highs, probably. But look at that, man. You literally bounced right off your 0.069. Just to show, guys, like, I'm not making this up whenever I say this. You even actually broke above it here, held it as support. You didn't quite reach your 382, but you literally tipped that 0.069. It's not a number that I've identified because I think it's funny. It's a number that I've identified because I find it to be relevant, and sometimes it is the first step that you take before going higher. And right now, just from the look of it, in my opinion, this would at least prompt you to get above the 382. And with this look alone, I would not be surprised if you went all the way up to the 618, 69 area, which again, let's see if this lines up with anything that we've just identified. I mean, that puts you, man, I would think that you at least will go to your 1886 around 10 cents, but I think that there's a strong chance that you see this previous area of resistance, which could take you up to about 100x or more. It's a very low cap coin. You know, maybe you see a multi-100x, but you still don't break your all-time highs. Maybe you do break your all-time highs, and you could see a 1,000x in this thing. That would take it to a 1,000x from $24 million would be a 24 billion, right? That would be a 1,000x? Yeah, $24.5 billion market cap, which would just be double what I was saying about, you know, this all-time high here. Basically, right? That'd be double. No. It'd be, yes. I think that's right. I think that's the math. That checks out. Anyways, that's all I got for this thing, man. I think just to surmise it all, downside in the immediate term, probably not that much of a downside. It's at 0.0033 right now. It probably goes to about 0.0028 to 0.0029, and then from there hopefully it holds and it goes higher. If that doesn't hold, okay, whatever, you're going to go lower, but you're probably not going to go below this low here. You'd probably go down to about 0.0022 or 0.002, somewhere in that range, but we'll talk about that when we get there, you know, and that would be a perfectly fine area to find support as well. It's kind of in this area right here that you found support before as well. Like, look at that. If I put this right there, like literally right there, it's right in between that sweet spot coming down. So if anything, that's good. You get a chance to buy it cheaper. But anyways, that's all I got for you guys. I think it goes lower, but probably from there has great things in store for it. It's just a matter of time. And by great things, I mean at a minimum a 100x, but likely a multi-100x. Potential for even more than that, but I'm skeptical. I'm very skeptical right now if this thing does get up here. That's a lot of $12.5 billion is a lot of market cap to get rid of, all the way back down to 25 million. But this is crypto. I've seen coins that have had that market cap, given it all back, and then gone to new highs. Like, it does happen, but it's a very select few that do that. Will VELO be one of them? It's possible, but who knows? I'm not banking on that. What I would bank on is something more modest, which is still insane, a 100x to a multi-100x. But that's really all I got for you guys. So if you like the video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to see more, and I will see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.